All right, welcome to Talking Investing. I'm Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to go through a company called Bitfarms, stock ticker BITF. They are a Bitcoin mining company. For those of you familiar with the channel, you know that we cover Bitcoin and Bitcoin miners all the time on this channel. If you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody could please smash the like button, it helps the channel out a lot, and I really appreciate it. Lastly, if you want to become a member, you can join the channel by hitting the join button on the YouTube page. If you don't see the join button, you can hit the link below. Members get additional member-only content, and we also do a once-a-week live stream, which is actually happening today. So every Tuesday after the market closes, we do a members-only live stream. So look forward to seeing you there. Okay, let's talk about Bitfarms. Today is November 1st. So November is going to be a gigantic information month for the Bitcoin miners. Not only do we get the operational reports on a monthly basis, but we are going to get a lot of financial statements. So let's start out by just looking at where Bitfarms is right now. Bitfarms is trading at about 98 cents. We're very early in the trading day. It's up about 2.7%. So it's been doing that all morning so far. And again, we're just into the trading day. So we'll see what happens throughout the day. At the moment, that leaves them at a $205 million market cap. So as always, you guys know that I like to compare that to their historical market cap. Okay, so this is their chart basically since they moved over to the NASDAQ, which was about a year and a half ago. So their all-time high was in November, on November 8th. And obviously that was simultaneous with Bitcoin's all-time high. So that they were at $1.35 billion. So their market cap is down drastically. Their stock is down even more than that. So we'll look at that later at the end of the video. But I like to put it in perspective because it's important to understand not only has the stock price gone down, but the market cap has just been taken out of this company. Their stock price would have to increase 100% just for them to get back to where they were trading in August of 2022. Okay, let's get to the press release. Bitfarms provides October 2022 production and mining operations. Bitfarms announces on the first business day of the month, so that happens to be the first day of the month this month, November 1st. So you can see their headline here, 486 Bitcoin mined in October and on track to exceed 5,000 Bitcoin mined in 2022. So we'll dig in a little deeper than that. Okay, Bitfarms provides a nice chart now on their monthly updates. So this was something new last month and they're continuing it this month. So I want to just take a look at what happened from this perspective because this really helps sum everything up. So total Bitcoin mined. October they mined 486 Bitcoin. That was actually more than September at 481. Now October has one more day than September, so 4.2 exahash at the end of October, 4.2 exahash last month at the end of September. So this is the first month all year that Bitfarms has not added exahash to their operations. And I do believe we'll see in the next paragraph they are slowing things down. They cite some reasons, but I feel they're intentionally slowing things down. After watching what happened to Cores and seeing what's going on with Argo Blockchain and several other companies, I think they're trying to take a little bit more prudent approach. They've had massive growth this year, so I'm extremely satisfied with their growth. We'll look at their new projection for the end of the year. It's not what it was when the year started, but they will still have very strong growth in 2022. Bitcoin average per exahash. So in October, that was 115. That's my Bitcoin efficiency equation. So in September, that was 122 by their count. That's about a 5% drop. However, there was about a 13% increase in the difficulty level early in October, and then another 4% later in October. So all in, there was about a 17% increase in the difficulty level. So for them to have the same amount of exahash and only drop 5% in their efficiency is exceptional performance. I do think that at 115 Bitcoin per exahash, they're going to be amongst the leaders out of all the Bitcoin miners in October, in my opinion. Obviously, they're the first to report, so we need to wait for everybody else to report. That stands a chance at being first place in the month of October. If not, it will certainly be among the leaders. Okay, then they say total operating capacity, 182 megawatts. You'll see, then they break out hydropower is 172 of those megawatts. So they are a hydropower company. All of their Canadian operations are in hydropower. They're starting Argentina, and that is going to be natural gas. They have slowed down the start of Argentina significantly, and that's what's changed their year-end exahash rate target. So the next sentence says, while we continue to make progress in Argentina, we are adjusting our December 31st, 2022 corporate guidance from 6 exahash to 5 exahash to reflect the impact of the country's macroeconomic environment on our ability to import miners. Argentina is wrestling with high inflation, currency devaluation, and a significant debt burden. Trade approval for the importation of most goods is being delayed. which has been adversely affecting our ability to bring in the additional 12,000 miners we need to operate the first warehouse at full capacity of 50 megawatts. I don't know if they're just citing this as an excuse and this is a part of their strategy. Either way, I'm totally okay with it. We have seen several Bitcoin miners get overextended and get themselves into a position where they're staring bankruptcy in the face. We don't want to see Bitfarms get into that position, so I'm okay with them slowing down. They had nice aggressive growth for the first half of the year. We're going to take a look at their numbers. Their third quarter was the best quarter of the year by far. They've now reduced their year-end exahash target to 5.0 exahash. At the beginning of this year, coming into 2022, they were targeting 8.0 exahash. So that has reduced now to 5.0. So that's a big reduction, but all of it is Argentina. Their Bitcoin mining operations in Canada have continued to progress essentially at almost exactly the pace that they anticipated. Okay, so selected operating highlights. 4.2 exahash online as of October 31st, 2022. That's up 133% from October 21st, 2021. So year over year, they've increased their exahash rate by 133%. 115 Bitcoin per average exahash for the month of October. That's down 5.7%. But like we said, there was a 17% overall increase throughout the month in the difficulty level. So the fact that their exahash remained the same and they only decreased their efficiency by 5.7% actually represents very strong performance. 486 new Bitcoin mined during October. That's up 42% year over year and up 1% from September. Okay, 15.7 Bitcoin mined daily on average in October, equivalent to about $321,850 per day. That's approximately $10 million a month at the current cost of Bitcoin. Okay, so just quickly, they put out this press release a few days ago. Bitfarms to report third quarter 22 financial results on Monday, November 14th, 2022. So that is exactly 2 weeks from now. So I will definitely be doing a video on that. There's some critical information that I'm looking for. One of the things that I want to see is what is their cost per coin, their direct cost per coin. How are they holding up on energy? At this point, they're using almost 100% hydroelectricity. And we did talk to Ben from Bitfarms, and his sense was that their energy costs were staying very steady. So that's something that I want to look for because Bitfarms has one of the lower energy costs per Bitcoin in the industry. So were they able to maintain that during this third quarter when really this was the most difficult quarter? This is a chart of Bitcoin mined per month over the last 15 months by Bitfarms. So this went down a little bit in September, and the main reason for that was there was a huge difficulty increase on the Bitcoin network in September. There was another huge increase on the Bitcoin mining difficulty in October, but they were still able to maintain essentially 486 Bitcoin versus 481. Really, that's virtually the same because there is one more day in October than there is in September. So that was strong performance. I expect that November and December are going to be very similar in numbers. So somewhere between this 475 and maybe 525, I would expect the next 2 months to come at. That would be successful, in my opinion, from an operational standpoint. They did spend all 486 of these Bitcoin. So they were able to pay for their entire operations and growth and pay down some debt by just using the Bitcoin that they mined. So the next line you'll see continued to deleverage the company's balance sheet and reduce interest expense by making principal paydowns in October totaling $3.2 million and paying off our equipment term loan with the highest interest rate. So this was important. In the month of September, they actually had to spend a few more Bitcoin than they mined. In October, they were able to break even and just spend what they mined. They still hold 2,064 Bitcoin in custody as of October 31st, 2022. So they still do have a hodl position. Yes, it is much lower than what it was, but they still have several thousand Bitcoin, and more importantly, they seem to be able to pay for operations and then some with the Bitcoin that they mine on a monthly basis. So that's all encouraging. Again, we'll see more details on that when their financials come out in 2 weeks. So if you look at this chart, this is each quarter since Q1 of 2021. So this quarter over quarter growth is very important. We like to see that. The fourth quarter, they're going to struggle. All the Bitcoin miners, given the massive increase in difficulty level and the slowdown in growth, a lot of the Bitcoin miners are probably going to stay very similar in the fourth quarter, and that would be my expectation for Bitfarms. So if we look at where Bitfarms is trading from its November 2021 highs, where it was trading over $9, they're currently down about 89%. This is fairly typical for Bitcoin miners. Most of the miners are down somewhere between 90 and 99%. So this is a huge pullback, but it is within the industry standards for the Bitcoin miners. More specifically, they hit a new low this summer when Bitcoin hit its low at 17,500 in the middle of June. So they got down to about $1.04. They subsequently have taken out that low. They got down to 89 cents in the middle of October. They did test that one other day in late October. They're currently sitting at about 9% above what is essentially their all-time low since they've traded on the NASDAQ. So they're very near their lows. They continue to test their low. So to me, we need to see how Bitcoin goes. I'm still hoping for a Bitcoin rally. Obviously, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence before you decide to buy or sell or trade any of these Bitcoin mining stocks. As I always say, they are extremely volatile. You can see, okay, so I'm just going to do one price target. From where they're trading right now, if they were to get back to their August highs, which was about 2.5 months ago, that's when Bitcoin ran up to $25,000. So Bitcoin's somewhere around $20,000 right now, so that is not too unrealistic to expect to have a relief rally at some point. So if we do have a relief rally, I am expecting potentially Bitcoin to get back to their August highs. And again, their August highs still represented down, somewhere around 87 or 88% from their November highs of the previous year. So that would be a 137% increase in the price of this stock. So that's the rally I'm looking for. That's the price action I'm hoping for. But again, this is not financial advice. We don't know what's going to happen, and these stocks are extremely volatile. So please be careful investing. And if you made it this far, thanks so much for watching the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button, and we will see you in the next video.